Hey, everybody. Welcome to Perspectives with Always Me, Kelly, which is pieces of me over time and my weekly rants, perspectives, just something to talk about. Anyway, hey, today's December 3rd, 2020, and I just wanted to say thanks for listening if you're going to listen out, and hopefully anything that comes out of this mouth actually helps you grow forward. Period. That's all it is. So with that, just want to share, today is day 3 of the Advent season, and today is actually talking about Luke 1:30 through 32a is, but the angel reassured her, saying, "Do not yield to your fear, Mary, for the Lord has found delight in you and has chosen to surprise you with a wonderful gift." And that is out of the Passion Translation. Out of the NIV it says, "But the angel said to her, 'Do not be afraid, Mary. You have found favor with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you will call him Jesus. He will be great and will be called the Son of the Most High. The Lord God will give him the throne of his father David." That was the NIV version. So what is the theme here? The theme is don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And before I jump into anything else, going on to the BibleGateway.com daily verse, I was talking through John 6:35 about, in the Passion Translation, about Jesus said to them, "I am the bread of life. Come every day to me and you will never be hungry. Believe in me and you will never be thirsty." Now I can read the other versions, which I post out on my daily blog, but there's a theme. Every day we all have to believe in something. And every single one of us has our stuff. We all have those demons in our closet that we internally fight with. We all have those fears, even though we don't talk about them. We all have those things that create anxiety, create anger, create frustration, create confusion. Man, I'm no different. You're no different. We all have been blessed, even though every single one of us are created and uniquely made. We are all made in the image of God, and we all bleed red. We have all been given freedom to choose and the freedom of will of how and what we'll do with those choices. Nothing can change that. God is, God was, and God will always be. Whether you believe in Jesus Christ or not, that's up to you. These are my perspectives. And I'm not out here trying to force my stuff down your throat. That's why it's on my page. If you want to read it, thank you. If you want to hear it and it does something for you, God bless you. But we all believe in something. What is it that you hear? What is it that you stand up for? What direction are you headed? Who is it that convinces you, that feeds your spirit, that convinces you to do what you do? Is it yourself? Or what is the motive? And these are not questions by any means I need any answers to, because I have to purposefully challenge myself every day. I am not exempt from anything and everything I write or I say. I am also bringing it to myself, because I am still riding that roller coaster called life, and I am still going through the hills and the valleys. I am still, even though I love everything that I have learned, everything that I have accepted about Jesus, and everything that I believe in him and what he walked for, spoke for, preached for, taught for, suffered for, died for, and came back to life for, does not leave me exempt from being human and making mistakes or trying to fit my old broken pieces that for some reason I just haven't gotten healed all the way yet, trying to fit them in places that they shouldn't go. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to be part of some kind of chaotic moment or darkness that comes around. or even have it happen to myself. What it does mean is that freedom of choice that I'm allowed, just as you're allowed, we get to choose on how and what we're going to do. And I can tell you firsthand, it is so stinking hard to get back up sometimes. But I have to say it like this, and I wish I coined it, but it's not. It's one of those speak life moments from Toby Mac, is be the reason someone believes in goodness of people. Because there's a lot of dark stuff out there, and more people are turned off. You know, I say all the time, and forgive me for this, but I like my animals most days a lot more than I like people. We can't force anything on anybody. We can't force anybody to do what's right, and we can't force people to calm when they're in a tyrant rage. But we can know that anything that comes out of our mouths, we can control, because we can't take back anything that we put out there that robs and breaks us or others around us. And that's hard. That's hard. I personally have to seek direction all the time, because I've got that little short-tempered stuff that comes out when all of life piles up on me, just like on you. All of the things, the people I care about going through stuff, and I can't fix it. It matters to me. It matters to me. Yeah, maybe that's that rescue ranger that got embedded in me over time from who knows why. I mean, I can give you a million different reasons, a logical reason why, but I'm not here to point out my faults or flaws, nor of my own or for others. I know that I can be my own worst critic, and I can condemn myself and call myself out and say negative stuff. Hey, stupid, what'd you do that for? You know, over the smallest things every day. And it's hard to break those habits, but we have to purpose. We have to purpose to seek and be the life and the light that we were created to be. Now, there'll be a lot of reasons why a lot of people do what they do or don't do. How they act, how they speak, how they rob, steal, maim, hurt, take, whatever, or give. There's a lot of reasons, and I'm not here to call out any one of those. I mean, certainly we could say, well, if they had a better life, well, if they had more love at home, well, if their parents did this or their parents did that, well, you know what? We all get to choose, and we all need to be aware of what do we hear. Have you heard? Who have you heard it from? Are you listening to what the world says? Are you dictating your life because of what people, places, and things in the world say you must do? Do you have that peace deep down inside, or are you still hungering for something that you're just not fulfilled yet? That you gotta have something, otherwise it's gonna make you crazy. And you gotta have it so much that you gotta take it. That you don't work for it because you're tired of working for it, because you've been working for it all your life and it didn't get you anywhere. You've tried this, you've tried that, you've done this, you've done that, and nothing seems to work. So now you're just going to do it the way you want to do it because you think you can, but you're still waking up every day with that angry, deep pit gnawing away at you. You know what the truth is, and this is my perspective. I don't expect anybody to agree or disagree, but the truth is, for me, is that we will never be enough for this world. We will always need to prove something to someone to show our worthiness, to show our love, to show our dedication, to show whatever it is that the others need affirmation for or from, and who they say we should be or are. Many will go through a whole lot. I've went through a ton of stuff in my journey. But many will go through much before they find the meaning of life and truth and peace. Others may never see. Others will never see. Again, we all have to believe in something, someone, or someplace. For me, the truth is that we will never be enough until we find out who we truly are in the creation that comes with Jesus Christ. Finding who we are in the eyes of the grace of God comes flowing naturally with just one small seed of faith, believing in Jesus Christ and inviting him to live, guide, and show us how or what love really means. Learning to live day by day by the Spirit and not by what we force or make up as we go along. He awakens our souls and gives our heart a different beat. He gives us life in an unexplainable peace, and even in the darkness, he shines for us and through us. In Romans 8:1, living by the power of the Holy Spirit, it says, so the case is closed. There remains no accusing voice of condemnation against those who are joined in life union with Jesus, the Anointed One. How true is that? I would have never sat here 20 years ago and said that. Even in my earliest walk, trying to learn more and grow with Christ in me. I am not perfect. I am far from perfect. But even then, it just consumed me with this unexplainable, unoverwhelming, explainable truth that I had to keep chasing. And the peace that fills me, even in the darkest times, even when I am let down, even when I am broken, is overwhelming. The courage and the need to get back up. These are my experiences anyway, and along the journey I've grown to love some souls that I would have never thought I could. I have seen some things, I've done some things, I have run with the best and the worst. I have some dear, dear friends that never speak once of God. And then I have those like me who are just out here sharing their perspectives, their thoughts, and the truth. Educated gospel that they've gone and they've been credentialed and they know the truth. We all get to choose. I'm not forcing what I believe on you, and I expect you not to force anything on me, and I don't judge you for what you believe. There's nothing wrong in wanting the best for everyone that we are connected to. There's nothing wrong with wanting the best for our own selves. To be blessed, to even understand what it means to have been connected to someone at all. There are people out there that have absolutely no one, and they've never been granted the ability to step out of their shell to see what it's like. There's nothing wrong with that, except for that, prayerfully, they have a deep relationship with all that's good, all that's true, all that's positive. But you know what? Even if it's temporal, even if it's on bad circumstances, I am blessed for all the connections that I've had, all of the lessons that I have learned through my life journey, all of the various ways that I have been able to feel love, feel rejection, feel extravagant happiness, and know what it's like to have everything taken away. I would never change that for the world. If I knew then what I know now, would I have done things different? Oh, you think that I'm crazy and I put out my perspectives and I write and I talk and I chat now? Oh, the world would not be the same for anybody that knew me. But it is what it is, and I am here today. And I know that I am not guaranteed tomorrow. So We can all have the facts and the figures and the names and the places, and we can have all of those things that we think we're going to do that are going to make a difference. We can have all of the selfish meisms that we're going to do these things for ourselves because we want them, we need them, we have to have them. And all of those things could be even hurting those that cared about us, or we supposedly cared about. Or the nobodies. I don't know them, it doesn't matter. None of it matters. It's all temporary. Everything in this world is temporary. What is it that you're doing for eternity? What are you doing for that eternal peace? What are you doing for the legacy that's going to be left behind? I'm just like baffled because I don't know even why I should care about it. But it is what it is. Because we all could tilt the world's axis if we came together and started dumping out all the flaws and the wrongdoings of every single soul, including our own, that we've ever been connected to. It's a fact. Just imagine that. Everybody going up and dumping. Oh, he did this, he did that, she did this, she did that, I did this, I did that. And all of a sudden the world is like tilted. Isn't that what we're doing now? Isn't that why we're out of control? But what about when it comes to changing the spin of the world? What about, instead of heaping all those hot coals, we start learning to steer clear of what causes the pain and drama and the wrongdoing? And even if we get tripped up and we get derailed or we get distracted and we get caught up in something we shouldn't be doing, what if we change and seek forgiveness or forgive? What if we change what we're doing? It doesn't mean we change locations, because geographically we can do a million moves in a year. It's impossible, but hey. But we can move and we can move and we can move. But until we change our hearts, until we change who we are inside, until we change to do something better and hold that moral compass within our hands, nothing's going to change. But we can change the spin of the world just by one day at a time, one step at a time, of whether you are doing something selfishly or selflessly. Whether you're giving away the meisms, even if it's for a necessity. I have to have that because I need it for this, that, or the other. You know what? God has allowed even the birds in the air to not worry about things, and He sustains them. Why can't we? What is it? And what about when it comes to changing that spin? That for every annoying broken piece that we are ready to heap out onto that dump for the world to see, we look past it and we look at the person, and we just for once start praying something good over them, speaking one positive word over them, no matter who it is or what it is that they've done. Because we are not what we do, but we are condemned for what we do. We are known as what we do, but that is not what we are created for. What if, instead of saying something negative or talking about me or talking about them or talking about yourself, you seek the lesson and grow forward, shining a light? We can't fix the world. And although the rescue ranger and me will never die, I will continually, I'm sure, get caught up in what I should not. It is what it is. But I will never, never, never let go of God and the peace that He has filled me up with. And that's the only reason why I get out here, my perspectives, and I share them, It is not so I can hear my own voice, because just like my writing, I get it out there. I might scan it once or twice and then it's done. I don't know what else is out there. And I know that we all have necessities to live. We all need things to live. Trust me. I've had my time where I have sought out nothing but I was very materialistic. I had it going on. I worked my way up over mountains, through hills and valleys, and I haven't stopped, and I'm not going to stop. But what is necessary now is changed. Yeah, we can seek out flashy jewelry, nice cars, big houses. We can keep up with the Joneses. We can be that megastar and have it all and not have one connection and be very lonely. Or we can have nothing but the deep, true relationships that help us grow forward. I mean, I'm not telling you to check. You have to pick and choose what you want. These are Perspectives with Kelly. It is December 3rd, 2020, and this is just what is coming out of this mind maze, and you never know what's going to come out. I know I have had much over my journey, and I have lost everything a few times. I've either given it away, I've had it stolen, or just lost it because I went through those valleys. And even though I am blessed right here, right now, and I have the ability to sit here and talk into this, and I have a YouTube account, it doesn't mean anything. Not in the grand scheme of things. But if one little thing can give you that motivation to get back up, and if you've tried everything else and nothing worked, tap into Jesus Christ. Tap in. Because what's the worst that can happen? What is the worst that can happen if you start with pure hearts, clean hands, that moral compass, and you're doing your very best in obedience to be beyond a good soul, but diving in and learning who Jesus Christ is and loving the world as he loved them and seeing the world as he's seen them? What's the worst that can happen if, in the end, there is no heaven and eternal streets of gold? Now, I don't believe that for 1 minute. I have seen some very dear friends get baptized and a rainbow shine above the building that they were in. And on that same month that they passed on, that same rainbow took them home. I believe in that. We all got to believe in something. Have you heard? Have you stood up and found your direction? What or why do you do the things that you do? Is it authentic? Is it allowing you to sleep with peace in your heart at night? I know there are some pretty hard hearts out in this world. I've crossed paths with them. I know that there are some pretty mean people out there, and they didn't start out that way. It's just unfortunately the way it ended up. And all we can do is pray for them and steer clear. And if we get harmed, if we get scarred, if we get broken, having Jesus on the inside of us and fighting forward with God to get us back up is what matters. You know what? There's just as many more out there that their hearts may not be mush, but they truly deeply care with logic and grace, and they help us move forward, helping in our thoughts and our prayers and our actions to stay on course when the storms get too big. We can't do this life alone, y'all. We cannot think we've got it covered. Even if we are the biggest Jesus freak forever, even if we keep our nose in that book, the Bible, and we learn and we learn and we learn and we go to every course and everything and we get certified for this and we get certified for that. That is not what I'm saying. We can't do this world alone. We need to be the hands and feet that hold the light so others behind us can see something good to grow forward in. I can only pray that I am one that just keeps getting back up and moving forward, and that I continue to try to do the best I can with whatever I am given. Most importantly, for no agenda but that to plant seeds of God's love, truth, and grace that I have been given to share out for others. I never want to lose Jesus. I never want to lose the one, the keeper of my soul, the one that makes my heart beat differently. I never want to lose that. And yeah, it is the only sanity at times and comfort that I have at times, because the world and people in it, even myself, make it very hard for myself or for others, sometimes for what we say, for what we do. But I do know this, is that all the broken pieces and the mistakes I make along the way, and we all do, I will pray for forgiveness, just as I pray to forgive others who kind of done me wrong or just don't get it. It's not about me. It's not about you. What is the future? Have you heard? Do you have a plan? Because you know every plan that you have will change just like that. Never forget, the power comes from God alone. He created the heavens and the earth and the moon and the stars and the sun. How do you think they stay up there? There were no scientists before the world came to be. As we grow forward, we become things. We're given talents. We're given blessings. We're given knowledge to share. When it comes to the courage and the strength and the purpose that I need to keep getting back up from this world, it's not on my own accord. I can assure you that. All the broken pieces and mistakes I've made along the way, and I will continue to make, I just pray forgiveness. And that I never forget where the power from or what that angel said to Mary, or the peace and the grace of God is upon us all who believe and call upon the Lord. Fear not. Make a change. If it's not working, tap in and learn who Jesus is. You've got all kinds of things out there that you can do. You don't have to go into a building, because you know what? Quite frankly, a building is a building. A house is just a house. It's a dwelling that we live in. It doesn't become a home until we make it a home with the people and the things we do within. A building is just a building. Yeah, you can talk a lot of religion, but until you have that personal one-on-one relationship with Jesus Christ, you really, really will never know who God is. And I just pray that you know, here and now, yesterday and any tomorrows that you're given, that you get to meet him and you find that abundant peace. Because I can't explain it. I can't explain it. I just know that it came within me. John 6:35. Jesus said to them, I am the bread of life. Come every day to me and you will never be hungry. Believe in me and you will never go thirsty. That is that deep-seated peace for me, no matter what's happening. That first reading was out of the Passion, out of John 6:35, the Message. Jesus said, I am the bread and the life. The person who aligns with me hungers no more and thirsts no more ever. I have told you this explicitly because even though you have seen me in action, you don't really believe me. Every person the Father gives me eventually comes running to me. And once that person is with me, I hold on and don't let go. I came down from heaven not to follow my own whim, but to accomplish the will of the one who sent me. God loves you. He created you for so much more. Have you heard? What direction are you going? Why are you going? Did you find your path to true peace and harmony? Have you acknowledged that different beat in your heart and where it comes from? Yeah, there'll be a lot of beautiful souls in this world that will fill you up at a moment's notice. And they will deplete you within seconds. But God and his son, Jesus Christ, are forever. I pray that you find him and you know him and you become one with him. And even if you don't get it, I wish you nothing but the best, and that you have blessings and the same mercy and grace that you are given every day. When you are allowed back up, you start giving to others around you. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed night. Until next time, this is Perspectives with Always Me Kelly. Take care.